So this final video of today's update looks at the extended GFS, EC, AOA model and EC and a bit of the climate stuff. We're also going to have a look at this tropical signal that's building out in the Indian Ocean. We're going to start seeing the social media pages start talking absolute rubbish about this. So this shouldn't form until that late week 1, week 2 of December. Again, I'm not expecting a tropical cyclone. At the same time, not expecting one, but I'm just saying, I'm not saying it's going to be a category anything. I'm saying there's going to be a tropical system that forms and to some extent affects the Pilbara coast. So we'll start on that because only the GFS, and this is what the GFS is good for as well, is the GFS has been picking this up for a while now. And I've been saying for a number of, for a while that the GFS will pick up things a lot further ahead than any other model, and then it'll drop it. And this is why people bag the GFS model. This is one of its little traits. It'll find a trend. If you know what the trend is, which is the key to my system, you can then place it into a timeline. So this is the tropical low that we're looking for in early December. And you'll note in the forecast for December, I've got it forming around the 8th to the 12th with landfall anywhere as close as the 17th. So it's going to be fast moving. That indicates it's more of a trough or a low pressure system with very shallow depth to it. It's being governed by westerly winds, which pushes it onshore. So if we follow this, we'll see, say it forms on the 13th. So we'll go from the 8th to 12th of November, even though we want it for December. We'll use that as a timeline of progression. You'll see by the 15th, 16th, it moves onshore as a trough. This is pretty much what I expect, but it'll form out here somewhere south of Indonesia. It'll come to the south, recurve to the southeast as a frontal system, pushes onshore. Pretty much what's happening here will happen in about another 2 to 3 weeks time. So just be aware of that, this trend. And this is reflected over several different model runs where we get a decaying trough pushing onshore within a number of days of it forming. So it'll be quite a fast moving system steered by strong northwest winds. And it's in nearly every model run. But what's interesting is it's only in the GFS. So you go to the EC for the same period. If we go to the last extended run, there's nothing there for the ECMWF. Move into the same period in the next week or two, except for a little bit of cloud, which this cloud will actually be a key feature to this 18th or 24th system, which is starting to trend in the model. So there's the low pressure system there. There's the cloud building in the north, and then to the east. So regarding the next major system, we're seeing this in the ECAI model now. So if we scroll through this quickly, we'll see the moisture builds to the northwest. This is where the IOD is having its influence on the weather in the east in the next few weeks. We'll see the low moves in from the southern parts of Western Australia once again. The cloud band builds through the central interior once again. So we're moving into around the 18th. That low deepens, move closer to the 18th. Then we get that extensive cloud band moving right across the eastern states from the 18th till the 24th. And that's pretty much what we want to see. This sort of a feature, which is what we've seen over the last week or so, building into that week 4 of November. So this system here might be a few days off, but generally that's what we're looking for. Then we'll be followed by high pressure again, and we get the next tropical signal the week after. So that's a bit of a play-by-play on what to expect. So 18th to 24th is this one. December is this one here in the west, coming into the Pilbara coast. This one brings in a bit further north and I have it down here further south, but either way, this will be December. And for mid-month, we're looking at generally settled conditions, which is the ECMWF, where we're dominated by high pressure, so very hot in the west, patchy storms in the east, and focused across the northwest. So that about sums up pretty much the next month ahead. There's 3 key signals. So we've got the heat building in the west, cloud band in the east, tropical low in the northwest, in that order, moving into middle of December. So just be aware of what you see online. Everyone's going to be talking about a tropical cyclone. Because what's going to happen is the GFS will now start to trend with this as we get closer, and it'll start showing category 5s, category 2s, category 1s, category 3s. And everyone on the west coast is going to start getting get anxiety and all those sorts of typical things when we see these cyclone signals start to form. Social media will go abuzz. Everyone will be sharing the most terrifying outcome they can find, but for what it's worth, don't expect anything too sinister. just a bit of a rainmaker for the northwest into the interior, which will be focused through the Pilbara and parts of Western Australia. Western Australia is the key wetter area this year, so most of the moisture anomalies should be focused in the west regarding tropical systems. So don't be surprised if we see systems moving to the interior before moving south, and again moving into the western interior, moving into the southeast towards South Australia. And that about sums that up. Cheers.